Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Come on in. I know it's been a while since I've been live. Let me see. You know what? I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. What's new? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. We're going to sit back and talk about what's going on. What's going on in the news today? Hey, has anybody thought about how AI has been um, reacting in your life, or how AI has played a part in your life, your everyday life? I know I have. My sister had some old pictures and portraits of my parents when they were younger, and she had taken them to get them restored. Okay. And the restoration places, they're not like they used to be. They're done by computers, a lot of the restorations. And she had a picture of my mom that she had restored. My mother was 17 on this picture. And she sent us a copy of the pictures yesterday. And the thing is that when she sent the copies, the person on the picture, "Hi, Annette, happy Friday. How are you? How's everything going? I hope everything's going well for you." I was mentioning how my sister um, had some portraits on my parents. Oh, that's good. You're just busy. Okay, I can understand that. It's Friday. And she had some portraits of my parents that she had restored. And so the portrait of my mother was 17 when she had this picture taken. And the thing is that when my mom, when she had the picture taken, is that the computer, how they interpreted the picture or the portrait, I told my sister, I said, "That's a nice looking woman." I said, "But who is she?" She ain't look nothing like my mother, okay? Totally opposite. Skin tone and all was just off, just totally off. So, my sister, I think she was a little hurt that me and my other sisters, we didn't, we told her that that was not our mother. And so she was like, "Well, it's done by AI. And you know what you said about AI?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "They are not 100%. I don't care. You know, you might get some things that are done by AI that are good, but you really have to be careful. You really do." Hi, Beatrice. Was it Brittany? Hi, Brittany DeSantis. How are you? I'm doing okay. How are you doing? I figure I come live. I've been kind of busy. I have some things going on too, but I figured this would be a good time for me to come live. I miss talking to everybody, so I figure I come live today to see what plans you all have for the weekend. You got any plans? Anything going on for the weekend? Anything great and exciting? I know later on this evening, I'm supposed to go out to dinner with some friends. So what all are you all doing? Inette, are you going live later on? Oh, that's nice. You taking the kids to the movies? I'm quite sure they're going to be excited about that. Are they going to see, what is it? It's a new Mario movie or something now? Because I know last week, I think my grandkids, they went to see some movie, some new movie that's out. I think they said it was the Mario movie or something. Yeah, but like I said, AI is good, but it has its advantages and its disadvantages. You know, has oh, Mario. Okay, I figured that's what it was. I do too. I do too. I have a couple that I think I'm gonna put out. This is what I want to ask everybody. What when you're scrolling through the internet, is there certain hooks that you stop and you look at whatever is posted? Like what makes you stop and look at um like what catchy phrases do you stop and look at when you're scrolling through? Has anyone ever decided what videos they might look at? Like, it's about the site for you? Okay. Okay. So you just look to see if it's pleasing to to the eye. Is that what it is? I can see that. I guess it's the same for me. If, it's all visual, I guess you can say. I can see that happening. And once they catch you with the visual, then you have a tendency to go further because I was just trying to determine like what catches people's eyes. I guess it's more like the thumbnail um, and things that you like. Yeah, I could see that also. Okay. Do you ever look at like the titles to see if the titles are going to be catchy or does that matter? Like if you see the picture, or do you also take into the titles too? What about the hooks? Are you into like the hooks? Hey, Deborah Ray, how are you? You don't care for the skits too much, Deborah? You like the real stuff. Okay. Okay. You will read, you will stop and read it, Inette? Okay. Y'all have to forgive me. Girl, I gotta wash my hair this weekend. I'll probably do it when I get off line. Wash it real quick. Like I said, I gotta go out this afternoon, later on. Yeah, I was just trying to determine, like, with even the videos that I put out, like I try to make them catchy so that people will stop and say, hey, maybe I want to look at this. And I know the titles is something else. You want to try to make it catchy so that people will say, maybe I'll watch this. And I try not to make the titles too long, like short and catchy. Um, and sometimes I have problems with that too. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to work on all of that. Just so that more people will pay attention to what I have to say. Oil your scalp. Yeah. You know, that's my problem. Like, I can't put a lot of oil in my hair because I think my hair, when I do that, like my hair now, it's oily. So when I wash it, it has more volume to it. And see, that's how I know it's time to clean it too, because it gets oil in it. It gets real oily in the summertime, especially when I was younger and I was always on the go, playing sports and stuff. I literally used to have to wash my hair every day. Um, every 2 days to stretch it, because that's how oily my hair gets. And and I hate to say, when I used to sweat, my mom used to tell me, I feel bad admitting to this. She used to tell me, you need to go wash your hair because the the pheromones or whatever they call it that I was emitting off, she said, your hair stink. You got to go wash your hair. So I would have to wash my hair, especially when I wore an afro and I played sports and stuff and I was out, riding my bicycle or playing softball or whatever. I had to wash my hair every day in the summer. Yeah. I could stretch it out maybe every other day, but I literally had to wash my hair every day. That's how bad it was. I'm not going to tell you what she said, but she used to tell me, she used to tell me I smell like a wet dog. Isn't that horrible? Your own mama telling you that? Yeah, basically. But yeah, um, yeah, I have to wash my hair kind of often. So it's time for me to wash it. I know. My mother did not like us. Like if we went out, if we were playing out all day, she was like, y'all smell. You got to go take a shower. I know. And those days are gone. Deborah, let me tell you. Now, you see, I hate to say it, my hair was always kind of on the, lengthy side. And my father, he did not want us to cut our hair. So when I wore an afro, my afro used to be out to here. I mean, it used to be real big. I could show you old pictures. And it was so bad. I would like every day I would snap, cutting off a little bit inch by inch. And my father, he would look at me like, girl, I know you cutting your hair, but that's how I was getting over because it wouldn't stand up. Like I had to find a way for it to stand up. So, yeah. And it was like by the time I perfected the look that I wanted, I want to say 1976, everybody stopped wearing the afro, you know. Um, yeah. But yeah, just thinking about, I was just kind of being nostalgic today because they were talking about the prices of things, how things are going up. I don't know. Has anybody been looking at the gas prices? Yeah, I grew up in the 70s too, Deborah. Ooh, boy, if we could turn back the hands of time, that's all I got to say. I was thinking about gas prices in the 70s. Okay, this is going back to Richard Nixon's era when he was president. I don't know if you remember, Deborah, we went through the gas shortage back then, and back then they went by your license tag number, depending on if it was odd and even days. If your tag ended and an odd number, you went on XYZ day to get gas. And if it ended in an even number, you would have to go on that day to get gas. And of course, back then we had gas station attendants. I know in the area that I lived in, because I grew up in Philly. You remember that, Deborah? I remember that too. Well, remember the gas prices was only, I think they had went up to like 30 cents. Do you remember that, Deborah? It was like 30 cents a gallon. I remember my dad complaining about the prices going up. And look at it now. What is it, $4 a gallon? I'm like, I didn't think about that till this morning when I was drinking my coffee. You don't think it's that cheap? But I know it's around, like, the median is like $4 a gallon across the United States. It's almost five there, Inez. Yeah, it's crazy. And just think about, that's from the 70s to now. So what's that, 50 years? But these prices, and they said they're going up higher. I was looking at the airlines. This is what the airlines are doing. So the airlines right now, they can't go up on the ticket prices too much because they know nobody will buy tickets. So this is what they're doing. So everyone who has tickets to go somewhere on the airlines, you have to be careful because what they're doing now, from what I understand, is they're going to up the amount for you to take a piece of luggage. You catch the bus? Okay. Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. I actually got rid of my car like a couple months ago. I had a car and it was old, so I had to let it go because it wasn't even worth fixing. So I'm doing that now till I build up my funds to get another one. But the thing is, these airlines, they're talking about going up on prices like for your luggage, um, probably to get a specific seat. Um, One airline, somebody said they went to check their luggage and they told them $200 just to check a piece of luggage. And that's crazy. So they're suggesting before you go, you know how you could do your check-in like the day before you go to catch your flight? Just check to see how much it's going to cost you, to, or if there's any extra fees they're going to charge you before you get to the airport, because you don't want to get there and God forbid you don't have enough money on your credit card or whatever to pay whatever the fees are. Yeah, so that's the latest thing with the airlines. I don't know about the cruises and stuff. Because the cruises have not been, charging anybody for luggage or anything. But I don't know if that's going to come about because everybody needs gasoline basically to travel. Even the trains, they're using gasoline also. So, yeah, I hope, unfortunately, everything that's going on is affecting us here in the United States, with this conflict slash war that's going on. It's affecting us here. And how long it's going to affect us? They're saying way into 2028. And that's if it stops soon. If it doesn't stop soon, man, it might be worse than that. So, just looking at and listening to different newscasters and stuff, it really opens up your eyes and it gets you to thinking about, wow, what else is coming in store. The groceries, I went shopping, and I might pick up a little bit here, a little bit there at different, neighborhood stores and stuff. I went to the produce store and produce is going up. And even some produce, you might be looking for it and it's not even available. And I'm wondering, is it because of, stuff not being able to get into the country, especially a lot of the produce and fruits, where they used to come from Chile or South America or whatever. But I don't know. It seemed like everything is being affected one way or another. One way or another. So, I know beef is really high. Now, I personally do not eat beef, but I was downtown at the butcher getting some meats earlier this week, and steak was outrageous. I saw a cut of steak. It was going for $37 a pound. $37 a pound at the butcher. It looked nice, nice and red, marbly, a nice piece of meat, but man, that is really that is really high. That's a lot. And to be able to afford that is a lot. Yeah, a piece of steak at the butcher was $37 a pound. I think it was a ribeye steak. Yeah. I mean, that's a big cut of meat, a pound is a lot of meat. So if you eat half a pound, a half a pound steak, I guess it'd be what, about $18, $20? Yeah, I know that is a lot. That is a lot. And I remember as kids, when I did eat beef, mind you, it was 7 kids and 2 adults in our household. Hi, Tisa. Good morning. How are you? How's it going, Tisa? Glad you could join me. Yeah, we were just talking about the cost of everything now. It's just so high. And I remember as kids, my mom would make like a nice rib roast or whatever as a kid. And I don't, I can't even say what the price was, but I'm quite sure it wasn't that amount of money because we wouldn't be eating it. Yeah, it's really high. I don't know how many people eat beef in the chat, but I know I haven't had beef in over 25 years. But I know some people that do eat beef, and that is really, really high. Would you say for Inette, you and a family of four, $100 will last about 3 days? Yeah. And don't have boys. I know I raised 3 sons. Oh my God. They were like bottomless pits, because they would eat something while I was cooking. You know what I'm saying? Just so that they could get filled up. Because my sons used to play sports. They played football, basketball, um, on the swim team, so they were always burning those calories up. So I can imagine that, and your family is still growing, right? They're still little ones. Yeah, it's pretty. It's going to be a rough season for everybody, I believe. Yeah. Inette, did you ever finish the curtains and stuff for your grandson's room? I know you were working on it the last time I saw you with the sewing. Did you ever finish his curtains? I like that the pattern that you have with the green and the black. I don't know if it was like a superhero pattern. But I was wondering if you ever finished them up. Yeah, so what'd you say? No, not yet. Okay, yeah, I'll be. It'd be nice to see how they look when you got finished with them. One of my sisters, like I don't know if I ever discussed it on here, but my father was a master tailor, so he taught all of us how to sew, like the basics and stuff. Um, I at one time I didn't know how to use the sewing machine. Um, I haven't sewn since I was a teenager. Now, I would do things for my sons, like hem their pants or stuff like that. I knew how to do that. But two of my sisters were the only ones who, should I say, would continue sewing and stuff. My sister that passed away, she would always sew. She would make her own suits and stuff, because she was real petite, so she had no problem. She was really good at making her own outfits and stuff. Then I have my other sister. She was good also with, you know, alterations and making her own clothes. And she also she would do like you do, Inette. She would make her own curtains, her own shower curtains in her house. I mean, she still does. She still does, her own sewing for different things. Basically, she's good with curtains and, like I said, shower curtains and stuff. She'll get the materials and she'll, make them so everything matches and stuff like that, which is great. Me, I'm too lazy. I hate to say it. If I got the money, I'm going to the store and I'm just going to buy it. Not saying that I can't sew it, but that's how I am. Yeah, I know it is. But I get frustrated sometimes and cuz I want everything done right away. That's how I am. Like I'm not one of those people. I know people say it's relaxing and stuff like that, but maybe I have ADHD. I don't know. But for me to sit there and have to wait, because my father, he used to make his own patterns. Like that's how he was taught and everything. But for me to sit there and, make a pattern one day, cut the material out another, step by step, and do that, no, that is just not me. I'll never forget the last thing that I sewed for myself was a dress. I sang on the choir at the church, and we all had matching dresses. And my father, I thought he was trying his best to have me slow down because I wanted to hurry up and get that thing done. Like I thought I could be done in an hour maybe so I could get to what I really wanted to do. And I know he was just frustrated with me as much as I was frustrated trying to do everything step by step, you know. So, Hi, Ray. How are you? Thank you for coming through. Thank you so much for entering my chat today. So, yeah, I think back to those days and I wish I had sat down longer with him because he's no longer here so that I could really develop my skills, should I say, because I know I would never be as good as he was. Because, my father, he used to work on not those sewing machines in the store. He said, I'm going to tell you what his thing was. He said those sewing machines, because we had a regular sewing machine like yours, Arnett. My mother had one, purchased one for us. Thank you, Ray. I'm glad you enjoy my energy. Thank you. So he used a what's called a power machine. I don't know if people are um, familiar with that type of sewing machine. I mean, those sewing machines, you have to be really careful when you're using them because if you, it first of all, it works with the foot pedal. And if you press it just so gently, even, it can literally, um, you know how you guide the material with your hand? If you don't watch, it can go through your fingers. It can actually go through your hand. The needles, yep, and industrial, yep. And he used to call it was a power. They used to call it a power machine. Yeah, you have to be really careful. So, we always had one in the house. But the thing is, he taught us from time we were toddlers not to touch that machine. No, it never happened to me because my father wouldn't allow it. He would not allow it. He taught us, and we weren't allowed. Not only that, like we had the regular little portable sewing machine that we used um, as kids. So not only that, we weren't allowed to use his tools and stuff that he used because he was a master tailor. He had his own shears, he called them, not scissors. They were called shears. And he had all of his tools, his hem ripper and all of that. That was his stuff. And when he passed away, one of my sisters, she inherited his stuff. She got all his stuff. But yeah, and he knew all of the in Philadelphia downtown. There's there used to be a row of stores down in it's called Old Town Philadelphia, and that's where he would go to get all of his supplies, his materials and stuff. You know, his because he got a discount because of his profession. So he would go down there because the prices were better. Um, I know we had a Sears Kenmore sewing machine. It was a portable that we used, me and my sisters used. That was the machine that we would use. But his power machine, we were not allowed to touch that at all. But I know as a kid, because it was so many of us, he would make our jumpers. He would go get like a skein of material. He would go get jumpers. We all might, yeah, I'm okay. We might go get jumpers. He would go get a skein, a roll of material, which is called a skein. And we all might be looking like, hi, believing you can. Thanks for coming through. Thank you for joining my chat. We all might look like the Van Tramp family because he would make he would make a pattern. Okay, so I'm the oldest out of all of my sisters, and we might all have the same jumper, like for school or whatever. He would make a pattern for one and alter it for everybody else. And so we might get two white blouses, to wear under our jumpers, and that's how we made it as a family. He would sew our little jumpers to wear to school, and we would switch them out. But yeah, that's how we made it through. Yep. So, just thinking about the cost of things back then versus the cost of things now, it could be a lot. And you think about how you see things going, from one era to another. Um, it brings, for me, it's very nostalgic, and it brings back a lot of memories and stuff. Just like I could remember a loaf of bread being 19 cents a loaf. Now you can't even get a loaf of bread less than $4, basically. It might be three. Sometimes you could catch them on sale for $2.99. But yeah, it can. Things have really gone up in cost a lot. So has anyone else noticed the jump in prices for different things? I know we talked about the gasoline prices and stuff and traveling. I'm wondering if oh, okay. But thanks for coming through, Ray. Thank you so much. What have you noticed, Deborah, going up? Oh, did the oil change go up, Nisha? Yeah. It's a shame. And Nisha, we were talking about how now with the airlines, a lot of people they buy their airline tickets way in advance, because I know my family is going away. Oh, they're adding charges to the deliveries. I heard Amazon is adding a now in my area we don't really have the drone. I haven't seen the drones yet. Delivering packages from Amazon. We still get the trucks. But somebody said that the Amazon drones, they're adding an extra charge for the drones. Oh, and the gas, yes, and they're adding gas. Yep, the gas prices is affecting the airfares. And they were saying, Nisha, that be careful before you go to check your luggage. And they said to check before you go to the airport, because they're adding more fees to the luggage. Um, when you check your luggage in now, that the fees are going up. Because remember, at one time, it used to be what, $25 to check a piece of luggage, or even $45. One person reportedly said it was up to $200. It's 650. Oh wow. I know. Like I said, my family, we're supposed to travel to Arizona. Yeah, because my niece, she lives in Phoenix and she's getting ready to graduate from med school. So we're supposed to travel to Arizona like this summer for her ceremony. The original ticket, well, the ticket, I would say a month ago, it was 750. Okay. Now, one of my sisters, her son works for, he just got a job for Delta. So she's waiting to get his whatever discount or whatever so that she can buy her ticket. But I'm wondering what type of discount she going to get. If it was 750 a month ago, like I don't know what kind of discount she's going to get. You know, let's say next month, because he starts his job this month, and I think she said she had to wait 30 days to purchase a ticket, through his benefits. But I don't know what type of benefits she's going to get, considering the prices and stuff going up. Yeah, they say, and check your receipts at the restaurants. That's right, because they're adding these extra charges. And I'm supposed to go out tonight to dinner, so I have to remember that um, when I go out, because this is crazy. I mean, you budget your life to do certain things at a certain amount. I know I do because I have to live on a budget to do certain things at a certain amount of money, and then you get hit with these extra fees and stuff, and it could be a lot. It's really taxing on everybody. Um, I don't know, cause I personally I was thinking about going away. My birthday's in October. I wanted to go away for my birthday, and I'm going to check into it. But we're going to see. First of all, I have to see where because I want to go out the country, and I wanted to see how this conflict is going to progress, before I decide to leave the United States. Because right now, I'm like in a quandary because I want to go, I like going away, I like going out of the country, but then you kind of, hesitant with everything going on about going out the country. I know I am. I know some people they go regardless, but I'm kind of hesitant right now. But and then by that time the prices probably be through the roof. You want to go out the country too on vacation? Yeah. So just thinking about everything, it's a lot. It could be a lot. And can you dwell on it and not do things? No. I know. I know, Inette. You're right about that. But the thing is that, you would think there are things put in place where they can check this person. And why they're not doing it, it just boggles my mind. That is the point of our check and balance system with the US government. But nobody is checking him. And it's crazy. If anybody else was in that office, they would have been checked from the beginning. But it seemed like nobody is checking this man. Nobody. They're not checking him. They're not checking the people around him. And it's just crazy. It's like, oh my God. It's like the White House is in a disarray, you know? But this is who we voted for. I can't. Yeah, so what all do you have, you ladies all ready for the weekend? It seemed like the temperatures might be a nice spring weekend this weekend. I'm afraid to talk about it because boy, it seems like winter got a hold on us and they just don't want to let go. But hopefully it'll be, mild temperatures this weekend. Another thing I noticed is that the apple blossoms are blooming on the trees, so that's a good indication that spring is here. Because a lot of the trees in my neighborhood, I know, they started blooming. Let me see if I can find a picture. I'll show you some of the trees. Oh, I thought I could find them here. Let me see. Oh, I thought I could find a picture here. Oh, well. But I could show you some pictures later on where they are blooming. And they're coming up quite nicely. Let me see. Oh, well. I'll probably show it to you the next time. But anybody else got any plans? I know Inez going to the movies with her grands, which is nice. I know they will enjoy that. But I'm going to let you all go. Don't forget, please hit a like if you didn't like on your way in. Can you hit a like on your way out? And share my video if you get a chance. And please, if you're watching this on replay, make a comment. I do engage in the comments. I like to hear other people's views and ideas on what's going on and how the prices are affecting you. And another thing, subscribe to my channel. I really would appreciate it. And that all of that likes and subscribe, it will push me out into the algorithms so that more people can find my channel. And hopefully, we'll grow to be a bigger channel and have more people in our conversations. So everybody have a great weekend. I don't know if I'll get back on live tomorrow. I'll let you know. But have a great weekend and enjoy what real talk in real life. All right, see you later. Have a great day. Bye.